Welcome to For Mannerless Women. I am Adelle Onyango, your host, and this is a space that is committed to nurturing a new generation of shame-free women who are ready to meet their best self. And in this episode, we dive into something that we love here, which is intergenerational friendships. My friend Apondi, who is a life coach and a relationship minister, is coming to share 5 passion points with you. I am so excited that you're here because I wanted you to come on season 1. We didn't manage to make it work then, but you're here now. And I think you are an example of how people can center their identity and their agency and their power as women and still do the things that bring them joy.
We'd like you to write my CV. Center.
Yes.
I love it.
I really think so. Whenever I talk to kids, your daughter, we went to school together, and Tawi and I went to school together. Whenever we had a conversation about identity, and I kept saying, we have to also talk about Apondi and how seeing her remain true to herself models that to you as well. So I'm starting off by giving you your flowers.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. I shouldn't touch this.
No, it's
my chest and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
The reason I think it's so important to have you on the show is I found it important for women to seek and to have intergenerational friendships.
Yes. Yeah.
I've seen how powerful that is for me.
Yes.
And I wonder if that's something that's the same on your end.
Yeah. Yeah. But tell me what you're saying earlier on before we went off.
Yes. So when I moved out of Nairobi, the first friend I made, who was on season 1 of the show, actually, her name is Mary. And the first time we met, we spoke for hours. First time, we sat and we spoke for 2 hours.
Yes.
This stranger who I've just bumped it. And we would talk about deep things like grief and with a complete stranger. And it just kicked off our friendship. And with time, I started to understand how we're socialized to think about friendships, even female friendships. First, they're discouraged because you're told women, you're your own worst enemies. Secondly, they have to look like you and be the same age as you.
Yes.
But I find that that's what's important is having that intergenerational friend amongst women.
Yeah.
Is that the same for you?
Well, you said earlier on that your friend Mary, she's a particular age.
Yeah, she's 68.
She's 68.
Yeah.
And I'm 64.
Yeah.
And so what happened for me is that only recently did it suddenly occur to me that my friends are so many different ages.
Yeah.
But it came from a place of having to have given myself permission to have these friends. So like you say, I too was boxed in.
Yeah.
I was boxed in by religion.
Yeah.
So your friends need to be a particular religion. Yeah. None of that do like Jesus did when you are with the Samaritans.
Yeah.
No. You just stay with the Jews.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So for the longest time, my friends were of a particular religion, particular faith. And my closest friends were also people the same age as me because we were being churned out by a colonial system of education, which blocks us into age groups. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And that you can only learn and hang out with these ones, your age.
I went to school in Nairobi and everybody is 6 years old in standard 1. The whole lot of you.
Yes.
Otherwise you don't get admission.
Yes.
Because schools are full. You have to stay back.
Yeah.
So my friends were my age. But recently I've realized that my youngest friends are 22.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My oldest friends are in their 70s.
Yeah.
And every age group is just fine.
Yeah.
Like somebody I would call my friend now is Kit's friend Steph, who is my fitness coach.
Yeah.
And I see her at least twice a week.
Yeah.
And she's helping me through my strength training.
Yeah.
And just being with her, hanging out with her, online,
Yeah.
as she's coaching me,
Yeah.
is marvelous.
Yeah.
So yes, friendship across the board, and they don't need to be people of certain color,
Yeah.
certain languages,
Yeah.
certain hairstyles. It's okay.
Yeah.
My hair is locked and your hair is
Or none.
none, and somebody else's hair
Yeah.
is a wig.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what? Before we get into what the key points you want to share with our community, because that's another thing I love, is that there's so much to learn from you. I want us to go back to the last time I saw you, and you don't even remember this. It was years ago. I was probably like a teenager, and I was going through a turban phase. Like I've always been very expressive in like what I do with my look.
Yeah.
And we definitely were in a breast cancer awareness gala dinner or something. My mom was there and my turban kept falling off because I wasn't tying it right? So like I'd be sitting down and it's like, oh no, rush to the bathroom. And I was in the bathroom the same time with you. And you said, let me help you.
Yeah.
And literally in this bathroom, I'm like crouching down and you're like, yeah, so when you tie it, make sure you do it like you were teaching me.
I was.
Yes. And it was probably such a fleeting moment for you. But for me, I was just like, this is so kind. Like, thank you so much. And
it sat properly.
It sat properly. But I think that just speaks to like, the energy that you have. And when you were coming on the show, I was trying to remember when was the last time we saw each other, and it was that.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it.
And
I love that you held that memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember it so clearly. But there are key passion points that you want to share with women. So the first one has everything to do with money, financial independence. Why do you think this is so important?
I did not realize the importance of financial independence in the context of a shared domestic economy.
Mm-hmm.
And just traveling through life with a life partner who I fully trust.
Yeah.
My husband, Kit's father.
Yeah.
And with who we evolved a process of having a shared pot.
Yeah.
And from that shared pot, any one of us being able to take out what they need and use it. It seemed fantastic.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I was arriving without realizing it to a place where I'm like, no, but I don't have an investment that I can draw from and choose to do something totally random and uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
For which I do not need to seek agreement or understanding. And sometimes these are important things, like, for instance, I'm 64 years old right now. Yeah. And I could be waiting to go and visit the hills of the land of music, the sound of music.
Yeah.
And just be there in Austria or some random place like that.
Yeah.
Oh, family finances. Who do you ask permission? You can't even ask yourself permission to use money randomly. You just go to some hills. Who do you ask permission?
Yeah. And then you're like, so should this come out of the shared pot, or like where does it come out?
Where does it come out from?
Yeah.
Because you're thinking, this is obnoxious. How do I get into this money and take out this money and just make choices that they're okay choices. It's not a bad choice.
Yeah.
But this is shared pot.
Yeah.
And the values around that shared pot of money was already established.
Yeah.
Yes. There's very strong values that's taking care of that. So none of us, I mean, I would be horrified if he's taking out that money and he's just on some random trip with girlfriends. Some young, like I take off with some young girlfriend and he takes off with some young men.
Yeah.
And really, no, it's not going that way. So just a place where you and I can decide. Adele, you could say, you know what? Can we go hang out in Dubai this week? And I'm able to reach into that pot and take it without consulting.
Yeah.
But also to just decide that because he's such a good man, I love him so much. He's always wanted to have a ranch.
Yeah.
I've got the money. I'm going to absolutely buy that ranch for him and present it to him for Christmas.
Agency.
Yeah. Yes. So it turned out that I needed to have had a pot of money that I invested earlier than I started. So I started late, but thank goodness I had the resources to start late with. I had already invested a few things here and a few things there. So I was able to take that and now invest and be able to come out and have my own resources at the level at which I would like to have resources. And it gives me power at another level.
Yeah.
That shared pot gave me so much power. But now this one of being able to take off and do as I want without feeling the guilt of taking from the family pot.
Yeah.
That was a very important thing. And every woman needs that.
I agree.
Actually, every man needs it.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to have that resource that they can reach and be able to do whatever it is that they want to do.
And in fact, I always feel like when women are being socialized in terms of finances or like, oh, you'll get married, etc. I wish it wasn't presented as have a hidden account.
I hate that.
Because then it's like, we're waiting for something to go wrong. I feel like having that, it's the agency to decide things.
Yes.
Which is wonderful and makes you an even more attractive partner, more attractive friend because you're like free, right?
Yes.
When you were younger, was the conversation on finances, what were they telling women in terms of money vis-a-vis getting married or into a relationship?
I don't come from a community that says hide some money.
Mm-hmm.
And because I do a lot of bridal shower work, in Kenya, we have communities that actually say hide money, hide some money, right? So, but my community says, give all the money. So you see, that's a totally different story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give all the money, put all the money on the table. So that's that's the narrative.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the way, I learned on my own to hide money.
Yeah.
And yes. And I told my husband, because you're my friend, I need to let you know I hide money from you. And when you ask me if I have money, I lie to you. So I just want to put it on the table that I lie to you. Open secret, I lie to you.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
And he's like, but why do you lie to me?
Yeah.
I said, because every once in a while you are in such a tight place. I hate looking at you when you're in that tight place. You're not in a good place. And I want to be able to find it and give it to you because that tight place is not a place that leaves you empowered. When you're a young man, I was a very young person, and I was a very young girl because we got married when I was 25.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he did know that I would hide the money from him. And I said it. I said, I am just putting this on the table. I hide money. That money is hidden from you. Yeah. So I bring it out and then be able to help.
Yeah.
But then I also discovered that in the context of that common pot and the harassment of the role provider that he has been given by society, which is not biblical, which is just social.
Yeah.
Nobody has a Bible verse for it. I keep asking pastors. Pastors don't have a Bible verse that calls this person provider.
Yeah.
Because Yahweh is the provider. Thank you, Yahweh. But because of that, he gets harassed by society because it's not only provision at the family nucleus level, but it expands in society.
Yeah.
So this person is harassed and this person needs to be covered beyond what he himself has.
Yeah.
So then he wouldn't give it back because he can't.
Yeah.
Well, he find it. He's a teacher. He's a high school teacher. He's only just starting.
Yeah.
Well, he find it. So he said, but where do I find it?
Yeah.
And he's correct. And so I realized, hey, it's not coming back.
I have to hide.
So now I'd find other ways of it getting to him, but never through my name.
Oh, wow. What tricks are these? These are like skills.
These are skills because I said I'll be lying to you guys. So Katuki, I'll be lying to you.
Yeah.
So I'd find another person who he, his own family member say, you know, this guy is like this, like that. He needs some money and I can send it to you. You give it to him. And then when it needs to get back, it gets back through you
and back to me.
And back into
and back to the hidden pot.
Back into the hidden pot.
I love that. That is so interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because at that time, I had no capacity to invest. I only had the capacity to hide. Yes. So that hidden pot, we don't need it, but we do need to invest.
Yeah.
And we don't need to ask permission to invest.
Yeah.
We do have the authority given to us by the Almighty to invest.
Yeah.
So rise up, invest, and keep it moving.
And it does something. I can't explain it. I know we look at like financial independence for women as survival, but I look at it, there's a freedom and a clarity and even like a muscle of courage that it gives you.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That you were able to do this thing and then you invested it and it's like, wow, I can do that. What more can I do, you know?
Exactly.
I think that's...
And women just keep giving back into,
It goes, it spreads farther than just us.
It spreads farther.
Yeah.
And whatever I use on me, whatever I use on me to glow and to live and to be empowered and to grow, it impacts on society.
Yeah.
Everybody is a beneficiary. Even if I just went to Dubai for 2 weeks and Jari for a couple of weeks, everybody's a beneficiary.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's something else you talk about that I struggled with for so long, and I didn't even know I was struggling with it at the time. Boundaries.
Yeah.
I do, when I look back at that girl, I'm just like, what? What was happening? I did not have any boundaries in my personal life. And I think it's because, therapy has helped me understand it's because I didn't see myself as worthy. So in friendships or in relationships, I would arrive with no boundaries because I feel like you're doing me a favor by being my friend, a favor by being my partner. Yeah. So it's a free for all. I'm not going to say no because if I say no and you go, then you're affirming that I'm not worthy. Yeah. So I want you to stay, right? Yeah. But thank God that phase ended because then you run out of fuel first and foremost.
Yes.
You run out of fuel with no boundaries.
Yeah.
And some of the most transformative work I've done in terms of self-work has been building healthy boundaries.
Yes.
What was your relationship with boundaries like?
You know, I'm building this ship as I sail it. Yes. So I haven't finished building it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that whole thing that you went through,
Yeah.
I believe it's everybody's experience, Adele.
Mm.
Only that you interrupted the trajectory of it. You did that, and you're able to recognize it.
Yeah.
And able to do something about it. I'd like to put it to you that the work isn't over.
Oh, yeah. That's the hecticness.
Every boundary
yeah.
comes a new horizon of boundaries needing to be built. Yes. So, and I didn't know that, but these horizons keep coming to me. And
yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
So, let's look at patriarchy and the way that society has designed for you and I to be givers.
Yes, and it's celebrated. The more you give.
It's celebrated. And then the takers, somebody once said that, in this world there are givers and takers. Then there are givers who are takers. And then there are takers who are takers.
Okay.
Then there's givers who are givers.
Yeah.
But never take back anything.
Exactly.
Right? So what happens with somebody who finds out that actually they didn't have many boundaries is most likely how you'd been designed by society to be a giver. So you keep giving and you keep giving. And I say sorry on behalf of society because I'm your mother.
Yeah.
So on behalf of society, I say sorry.
Yeah.
Because I didn't teach you when you were very young to create boundaries. I taught you to be kind. I taught you to have a big wide smile.
Yes.
I taught you to suck it in and when you're hurt and to sit in the corner, suck your thumb and then come out with a smile and continue giving until you gave from empty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you gave from empty, you went to a therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, now there's nothing.
Even for me.
I can't even give myself.
Yeah.
Because I have given it all away until I come back empty. And so that's good. And it's not like it's going away, this thing of being people recognizing Adele is a giver. And so a lot of the friends then that you attract are takers and relatives who are takers.
Yeah.
Not every relative needs to be your friend.
Yeah.
But the ones who are takers will be your friend if you're a giver.
Because they can see it.
They can see it. Then there are those who are as balanced as you or are beginning to learn. So you can journey with them in a healthy way because we are beginning to learn.
Yeah.
We've been overgiving.
Yeah.
We are running from empty. And then you can replenish each other.
Yeah.
So there are those friends and those relatives like that. So this has happened to me.
Yeah. How did you?
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Just, recently I'm speaking the week before last, I'm speaking with a group of women. And they're like, Apondi, you're 64 years old. You're going through that thing now? I'm like, girls, I'm going through that thing now.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Where there's a segment of female relatives who are treating me, or I have allowed them, actually I created a platform and invited them onto that platform.
Yeah.
And coming from a place of kindness and generosity and standing on the abundance platform. Reaching out to people and looking out for their needs. And them taking it and complaining about it and throwing dirt back at me. And my getting to a place of realizing that this is not dignifying.
Yeah.
I'm now beginning to racket. When I sleep, I'm like, but why? Why did this person? There's so much racket. And when you're racketing, there's no power in the racket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should say this. I should wake up and send this.
Yeah.
I should send a voice note.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but Apondi, this is so powerless.
Mm.
So I called myself to a meeting and I said, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
And I cut out people.
Yeah.
I just said, but you're my relative. Do you have to be my friend?
No.
You don't have to be my friend.
No.
We can continue relating from the place of I honor you.
We are just related.
And I honor you.
Yeah.
But do I have to sit around laughing with you? Just laugh. Laugh with yourself.
laugh with your friends.
Right?
Yeah.
Laugh with your friends.
Yeah.
I'm not your friend. I'm your relative.
Yeah.
If it's a thing, I need to step in and honor you.
Yeah.
And step in.
Yeah.
Finish honoring you as quickly as I can finish honoring you. And then just sit in the background of whatever it is that you're high on. Because you're high on indignity. And it's not one of the things I ascribe to. Yeah. You're high on enjoying the pain that you cause me.
Yeah.
So part of the boundaries that I have set is being able to recognize that this person, they hurt me. They're not about to say, I am sorry, I recognize I hurt you. And coming to the place of realizing they're actually enjoying the pain.
Yeah. And you have to learn how to heal or move on without the apology as well. And then you're in control.
Yes.
Over who you allow in your space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And very often in my circles, these are people who believe time heals. And these are people who believe that after that whole drama, I can come back and pick up from where we left and continue using you.
Yeah.
And actually, for more than 40 years, I've allowed that. So it's me. I mean,
yeah. But it's true. What I found very difficult in boundaries is like boundaries with family.
Yes.
Because
those are the most difficult, I think.
Yes. Also because like it's almost like you're having, you know how you're feeling.
Yes.
But then what's expected socially is different. So you battle, you know?
Yes.
You battle with that.
Yes.
How have you managed to have healthy boundaries within a family context? I know now you're working on it.
Yeah. Constantly.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it's, boundaries constantly shift.
100%.
And so we constantly have to shift with them. Yeah. And now I'm a grandmother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So then in my grandmotherhood, I have to be a grandmother with boundaries. Yeah. Then I'm an in-law.
Oh,
so those ones, those are difficult. They are, because society creates certain permissions for in-laws to treat you in a way that is not necessarily dignifying, but dare you speak, dare you say anything. So I'll use you at your level of usability. And if you did not know how to set that boundary when you're very young, in your 20s, you're in your 60s and you realize, I don't have a boundary here. Yes.
I learned that that's very true, because also the woman who allows herself to be used the most is the good one.
Always.
And the one who doesn't and has healthy boundaries is a difficult
She's
one.
called difficult and she's called bad.
Yes.
This is a bad woman. This woman is destructive.
Yes. But she is actually prioritizing her peace, her well-being, which allows her to then be a good person in the relationship, right?
Yes, but the relationship could throw her out by the way. So she runs the danger of the relationship ejecting her. Yes. Because we have a multifaceted relationship in our marriage culture. Yes. You at the beginning you think, I'm getting married to so and so. What? You got married to a clan.
that now thinks that you have to change your entire identity
You
and
do.
culture to theirs.
To
That
theirs.
you didn't exist. There was nothing.
No, you came
Yeah.
like an empty board, and now they're
Exactly.
going to write
Yeah.
history into you.
Yeah.
But also they have certain expectations, which at so many levels, it's at user level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall I tell you something?
Yeah.
There's something that I call send a slave. So we could educate you.
Yeah.
Then we send you to go and work in America.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to America. We, did a Harambe. We sent you. And you arrive there. And Adele, you realize you have to hold down 3 jobs to send money home, to survive. You're living on black coffee. You never have the chai fupi that you had at home.
Yeah.
You cannot eat organic food because it's too expensive. You're eating McDonald's.
Yeah.
You're a Kenyan living on McDonald's. There's no gidevi.
Yeah.
You're just living at the lowest level of existence just so that people at home can have money sent back to them. You are sent a slave.
Yeah.
You are the slave we sent out to make sure that our life here is going a particular way. Now, that very often happens with a woman who gets married into a particular home, and you suddenly find that you are stripped of your rights to make particular choices. We just expect you to cook a big ugali because you came here to cook.
Exactly.
Yeah. And in Doluo, the word for coming to get married is coming to cook. Irritated.
Yeah.
So now you better be cooking.
Yeah.
And the size of the ugali can be so big.
Yes.
Yes. So for me, even just bringing it down to that ugali level and the setting of the boundary that I had over that, I remember arriving. I'm this young woman, grew up in Parklands. I don't know how to cook that ugali. I don't know how to cook ugali for 5 people.
Yeah.
Yes, I know how to cook ugali for maybe 8 maximum.
Yeah.
But now when it comes to this funeral-sized ugali,
and the pot is getting big. The pot for ugali is big.
Humongous. And so the women said, okay, so now that the water has boiled, we want you to cook the ugali. And I'm looking at these women and I'm like, this is that thing. It's village bullies. And they've descended on me. And I said, no, I have no problem. I'll cook the ugali. And I took my kaki and I said, and you will go and siaga the unga. The woman said, what do you mean? I don't know how to drive a car.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I'll go and siaga the unga and you cook the ugali.
Yeah.
I know something that you don't know and you know something that I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, it was possible for me to have that conversation because I was a high school teacher when I got married. So I was already equipped. But very many women get bullied to the point where they cannot even speak.
Yeah.
So the boundary that I set on that day is, if you ask me to do something, you better know everything that I know how to do. Then, only then are we equal.
Yeah.
But here we can be equal where I know some things and you know some things and now we can work together.
Yeah.
So those are some of the boundaries I set at that level. Yeah. But these boundaries, they just kept shifting on me with my own family members.
It's never enough. Like the takers want more.
It's never enough.
Yeah.
It's never enough.
Yeah.
It's never enough. Yeah.
And what I also feel like is why women shouldn't participate. I don't think you should have to negotiate your respect by like giving something or your dignity or that's not something
I completely agree.
In.
No, it shouldn't. But then once I've been cornered, then I have to bring something from my own arsenal. Yes, and say, okay, go drive.
Yeah.
You go get the unga.
Yeah.
Because you brought in a huge one for me, a huge ugali. I'll bring in a huge car.
Yeah.
Here's the kaki. What are we going to do? Yes.
What now?
What now?
Okay, so boundaries are very important. And I love the openness that it's never ending. You constantly, and I am still even catching myself, like where I'm just like, it seems like there are no boundaries here. What's happening, you know? You also talk about toxic people and how you irritate them.
Yes.
What does that mean? And why is it so important that you speak to our community about that?
This is why this is important.
Mm.
I am actually constantly on the trajectory of growth.
Mm-hmm.
Growing, studying the right things, going into the right places, relating with the right people so that I can learn and grow. And part of growth is constantly, for me, a value that I've established for my life is to be dignifying to people and to treat people with dignity and to grow people in a way that is dignifying.
Yeah.
Right? There are people that you cannot do that with. Hey, my friends.
And it is just like, that's just what it is, right?
It is what it is. There are people who are committed to the opposite.
Yeah.
Committed to being toxic, committed to being nasty, committed to deconstructing people.
Yeah.
So even as I step out and I say, my life is about having transformational relationships and transforming people in ways that add value to me and transforms me so that we are growing. Let this conversation, a conversation that grows you and grows me.
Yeah.
Conversations like this. There are people who just cannot have this kind of conversation because they're just thinking, who does she think she is?
Yeah.
First of all, she's too dark.
Yeah.
She's too fat.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why does she, who does she think?
Yeah.
She thinks she knows all that. She better not come here and try and tell me any of that.
Yeah.
Yes? And there are people who would rather pull somebody down rather than lift somebody up.
Yeah.
So it just recently occurred to me, I've been knowing that there are people who are pigs. They like to be, let me just say it straight out. They like to be in the muck and wallow in it. And they like to invite you to join them. And only one of you will not be happy with the dirt.
Yeah.
One of you will want to get up and go and shower and clean up. But the other one really had fun. Yeah. They're constantly inviting you to a fight, into some gossip, chaos, into beating down somebody. Yeah. Yes. So the question you asked me is, what about these toxic people? Yeah. Yes. And what do you do with them? What was the question?
How you irritate them.
How I irritate them.
And how?
You know, it recently occurred to me, even in my silence around some people, they are so irritated, they'll create a thing about me. Something to go and say. You know, there's a Luo saying, liech ikwo the kolokotoke. You only speak about the elephant when the elephant is facing the other direction. They're not there. Yes. I turned out to be an elephant. I have toxic people in my life who say the most negative things about me, but they never say it to my face.
They can't. Yeah.
And so it occurred to me that I irritate toxic people. Let me give you an astounding example. I hired one of my relatives needs somebody to look after her. And in December, I looked at that situation, and this is not a nice person. This is a toxic person. Yeah. I know it. Yeah. But somebody who has a need has a need. Yeah. Whether they're toxic, they're not toxic.
The need is there.
That need is there. Yeah. So I said, okay, fine. I'm going to hire somebody to look after her and look after her house. Just make sure that she has a pleasant environment. And I went ahead, did this. I said, there's this person, I'll hire them for you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I really appreciate that. I hired this person. This person was doing all the work in the house. Do you know, eventually, just 2 weeks ago, the message that she's been griping with and enrolling other gripers is, why am I paying that person so much? So I said, okay, fine. What's the problem? What's the problem you have with this person? Is the problem that she's not working well? No. The level of work she's doing doesn't deserve the level of salary. I said, but I'm very happy she's trying to go to college.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to pay her that amount.
And I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
That no. Actually, our problem is only with the salary. Okay. That is toxic. And so the way that I turned up for this person irritated her and all the people around her. And I was able to come to the place where I recognize that actually I irritate toxic people. And that's a place to arrive at and be at peace with. Because prior to that, I thought it was my job to keep enrolling them on my goodness. Yes.
And like you will save them and change them and like
and get them to transfer.
You.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's not your job.
And to relax and be happy and enjoy the goodness that I'm doing for them. No. Turns out it's not my job.
Yeah.
I'm not. And it turns out it's not my job to get them to love me.
Yeah.
I did, Adele, try to get them to love me, to get them to honor me, to get them to be empathetic to me. I realized that girl that I had hired for that person, was now being abused. And I moved her from that situation. 2 weeks ago, I moved her from that situation. I irritate them.
I think it's authenticity,
Yes.
I think authenticity.
Yes. It's very irritating.
Yeah. And there's something you mentioned that I think is worth just mentioning before we move to the next passion points that you have to share with our community. Gossip.
Yes.
I started realizing the more self-work I do, that I don't like how I feel when I gossip.
The more self-work you do.
Yeah. And I kind of, there's a judgment with gossip that's uncomfortable for me.
Oh, good.
Because I'm just like,
well done.
Who makes me decide what someone else should be doing with their life, right?
Yes.
But I think it also, you can think you're bonding over gossip, but you don't know each other.
Then you can't bond over gossip, can you?
So when you include that in the toxic space, I think it's valid. We never do. I think it's very important that you did that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And just allow people who are toxic. I'm not Junior Holy Spirit. I've not been sent to prepare. So many times I think I am, but just the interruption to realize it wasn't my job to repair these people, to just let them be. And first of all, don't over-relate with these people, but take yourself away from it. And anybody that you have that is hurting, just remove the people that are hurting. Stand up for people that are hurting. Yes.
So the other passion points is what I'm calling them that you had was sitting at a table. Can I guess what you meant to this before?
Please guess. And it might be the whole story. Knowing you, like, let's hear it.
Is it that we need to make sure we're seated at tables that are having conversations that affect us? Is that what you mean by sitting at a table?
Well, conversations that are... No, you're not.
Okay.
Conversations that affect us, but also that affect our values.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So break it down for us.
Yes. Too much of how you and I have been invited, and it's interesting that you're my daughter, and you and I are still sitting in the same spaces where the table is not necessarily open for us at the social level, at the religious level, the community level, family level tables, where because Adele is this young woman her voice is not expected to have any impact on the trajectory of conversations.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we are apologetic even when we want to get to the table. And you start your sentence with, sorry.
Yes. May I
just add? Sorry, may I just add?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. So we have, and then we speak in the past tense.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say.
Yes. Oh my God, we do that.
Yes, we do that. Because so much power is we have thrown away so much power.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've thrown away so much power in these environments that you speak from a place of apology. Yeah. So I'm sorry, uncle. Sorry.
Yeah.
May I interject?
Yeah.
At that time, you're the only intellectual person on that particular topic.
Exactly.
But you're saying, I just wanted to add that when it comes to filmmaking, that we need to have a person who is qualified to do the filming. But you apologize, and only Adele knows. The rest of the family don't even know, but you apologize for your interjection. So sitting at the table has to do with so much retrospection and building yourself first.
Yeah.
We have so much work to do in building our powers that then allow us to sit at the table with grace and power. So it doesn't mean that when I'm at the table, I lack grace.
No.
Or that I take away people's dignity or people's spaces. No, it means that as a woman, to recognize that there is a table to start with, to then go and take a seat, or to create a seat.
Yeah, and your own table. Even.
Create a seat, have my own table, and tell people, okay, fine, that was a powerful conversation. Now, next week I have a table.
Yeah.
Like now you've invited me to this table, and I'm sitting in this studio with you because you created your table. This is Adele's table.
Yeah.
And when you create the table to say, come, Apondi, come alongside.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a table here. Let us sit here at the table and let us speak about these things. Let us build people. Yeah.
How did you navigate that? I don't know if it's fear or if it's socialization that makes us do the sorry, may I? Or even, and sorry, may I is even on the good side, because sometimes you'll sit there and be silent throughout, right?
Yeah.
How did you own your seat at the table?
How did I own my seat at the table? Which tables? I'm constantly looking for tables anyway.
Yeah. Do you remember a moment where you actually spoke up for yourself in a conversation in that was going to affect you or that you could add value to?
Yes.
Even though maybe you were the only woman.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a time where people didn't want to hear from women.
Yeah. In my line of work, because I did a lot of social development consultancy, and it meant running meetings and facilitating conferences.
Yeah.
And sometimes when it was a scientific conference, I was the only woman in the room. I'm the facilitator, but I'm the only woman in the room. And that, in my 30s, my early 30s, allowed me to stand in a position where my voice was the voice guiding the meeting. I may not understand what it is you're speaking about, but I'm the only one equipped to guide the meeting.
Yeah.
And during that work, I remember the first time I was hired by FIDA to go and run a conference. I realized that I was going into the study of law around human rights and gender rights. And one day it occurred to me, why am I trying to be an expert where there's a room full of experts? And my job, Adele, I think this is the clincher for this conversation. My job is to be authentic and to have the skills to guide the conversation. So to learn that I am not to be the expert in everything, but I'm to be the expert in the thing that I have taken on. And my job is to guide people to have powerful conversations. Yes. So with that, I was able to take a seat.
Yeah.
And to, when walking into a room, if they're discussing, I remember the first time I facilitated a workshop on rinderpest.
Yeah.
And going into the room and saying, I'll be your facilitator for this five days, and I don't know what rinderpest is. Yeah, just to authentically be in that space of it's okay.
Yeah.
I am committed to running a powerful workshop.
Yeah.
And at the end of this workshop, we shall have achieved all our objectives.
Yeah.
That is my commitment to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what rinderpest is, and I don't know if I will know by Friday.
But you will have an impactful workshop.
It will be impactful.
Yeah.
Yes, and I will be able to guide it in an impactful way. Just to be able to know and to be at peace with, I am the expert in this area, and it's okay to work alongside other experts. That gave me a seat at the table.
So it still comes back to like knowledge of self.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because then you're like, that's why I'm in this room. That's why I'm going to go to that table.
Yes.
That's why I'm going to speak up.
Yes.
This is the part I'm an expert in.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. And then in the space of also speaking up, to observe and see the people in my life, in my sphere of influence, who don't have a seat at the table. And to raise my voice and invite them not only to the table, but also push off the toxic people who don't want this person to be at the table, so that their voice can also be heard, because they have an important voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
The last point that really caught my attention when it comes to the what you want to share with our community has to do with the boy child. Yeah. And would I call it their socialization, or how?
Yes.
What is this burning point you have around that?
I'm so glad you picked it as one of the things you wanted me to speak about.
Yeah.
So glad. Adele, look at this scenario. There's a 12-year-old girl and a 15-year-old boy, right? Their mother is going on a trip for a week.
Yeah.
And their father doesn't live here because he works somewhere else.
Okay.
So she's leaving these people in the house. Who is she instructing around food?
Oh, the 12-year-old. The 12-year-old girl.
She's instructing the 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Who's she leaving with the money for the milk, the gideri, and all the dinners?
It's her.
This 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Yes. So society has come to a place where we have a blindness towards this boy child. And this boy child, we are actually not giving him adequate capacity and skills to be a leader. But at the end of the day, we say he must be the leader because he stands up to P. Because he stands up to P, not because he is more skilled than his sister.
Yeah, he doesn't have the skills.
Yeah, he doesn't have the skills, but because he's a boy. So this little girl who has run this boy's life, she's not being given that job. Yes. And the sad thing about it is that it doesn't work for society. It doesn't work for that boy. He's not as equipped as he would be. Secondly, when you have this little boy and a little girl and you have a doll, who do you give the doll?
To the girl.
To the girl. And you give the boy a football.
Yeah.
he's not going to be a father. What's going on? What's going on here? What's going on? Is he not going to be a father? Yeah. Why should?
And can she not like football?
Can she not like football?
Yeah.
Or you give him a car.
Yeah.
But can she not drive?
Yeah.
Why is she being told? And so by age 5, your daughter starts saying, I'll marry a man who has a car. But you're thinking, but why don't you have a car? Yes. Then you buy him an aeroplane and he says, I'll be a pilot. But why doesn't she have a toy aeroplane?
And she can say, I want to be a pilot.
She can say that, or she can say, I want to run a whole airline. Yes. I'm going to have a fleet of planes. Yeah. Yes. So her aspirations, she has to push through life to get to where she gets eventually and through so much. So this boy also, when he leaves the house, and he's 15 years old, and he's got a twin sister, and she's 15. What time do you want that girl in the house, and what time do you want that boy in the house? You want her by 5. And by 5, you want her in the house. Before it's dark. You want her in the house before it's dark. Yeah. And him? Is there even a time? You just want, when he comes, he comes. When he comes, he comes. And his sister will have already served dinner, and it's this 15-year-old sister, right? And he is not being protected from the sexual predators that are raping him. Even the neighbors, his friend's father is raping him. This boy, he is 15 years old, but the shield and protection that his sister is getting, she's not getting. And then the predators know it. So they very quickly, he's high on bangi. He's high on every narcotics that's available, right? His sister, even smoking a cigarette, women smoke cigarettes in hotel bathrooms because society has set such high standards for women's behavior, moral behavior, social behavior, that you and I can't sit here and just start smoking online smoking as we're having this conversation. Yeah. We can't. Yeah. Could be a couple of men having, their cigarettes here and they're smoking. Yeah. Even smoking, leave alone bangi or so at the end of the day, what's happening is there's such a blindness to the protection of that boy child that we are allowing him to be brought up by wolves because society is telling him so many things, but society is protecting your daughter. They will come home and tell you, Mama, kids, I saw kids at the shops and I don't like the young women she's hanging out with. Those are not good young women. Yeah. Even a complete stranger. I said, Nawe ni nani? Oh no, I'm your neighbor. I sell at that kiosk. Lakini sipendi hawa wasichana. Yes. Nobody will tell you a thing about your son until you realize this guy is so high, you're sending him to rehab. Because society has very low standards to hold him up with. So I want to finish off, Adele, by saying this. One time my husband and I were doing a gender study, and I think he was hired by, I think it was DFID, and we were looking at certain secondary schools, and we went to the schools to look at the dormitories, boarding schools, to look at the dormitories for boys, dormitories for girls. And I'll give you an example of what a typical dormitory in our regular schools, not the high class schools. Yeah. These are regular schools. The dormitory, if you've never been, and Adele, I'm going to challenge you to go and see it and to actually have a segment just on this conversation. We looked at the dormitory for the boys. Broken windows. There was no fence around it. It's right next to the playing fields. We said, okay, where are the bed sheets, where are the mattresses? I think, okay, they have mattresses, but they just use blankets because their bed sheets get stolen as soon as they come to Form 1 and then sold. They're either selling them so they just sleep on the mattress, they cover themselves. This dorm is smelling, you can smell it from outside. not only is the dorm smelling from the bathrooms, but they're smelling from the ways the beds are. It's filth. You smell the filth of these boys. Do they shower? Well, there's the showers there. Okay. Is there somebody who is in here to ensure that the boys shower? No. It's up to them. We looked at this situation and they called. The windows are broken.
Yeah.
It was just so bad. So we said, okay, fine, let's look at the girls' dorm.
Yeah.
The girls' dormitory. There was a gate and a wall.
Yeah.
With Nini's spikes on top.
Yeah.
At the gate, you start seeing the flowers as you're walking through the gate to this place. These girls, there's a matron who looks after them. Takes care of these girls. We asked, okay, so why is there a difference? Because these are girls. Again, the thing is because they fit to be. They're all children. Wote ni watoto wa mama.
Yeah.
The girls, there's a matron, they have to shower every day. Their beds are made crisp with bed sheets, white, and the bed is folded back, and they have a basin. Their basin, we said, what's the basin under the bed? It's put under the bed. It's right under it. Same like military precision. That's the basin that they use to shower. So every girl has a basin that she uses to shower. She has a towel that's draped on her bed. We said, okay, so when these children come to school, what does it look like? They say, we have a list for things the girls must come with. Underwear, they must bring a certain number. They have to have a certain number of slips. They have to have a certain number of bed sheets because these are washed regularly. They have to have this, that, this. There was such a big list. The boys had a very short list. We said, why? The only thing that these girls need to have that's different from these boys is a brand pads, sanitary towels, and a bra. That's the only thing that should be different. Why aren't these boys asked to bring the same number? Yes. And why don't they have a matron or a patron or somebody who looks after them in the same way? Those are the standards that are very different. There's a huge neglect. It's been systematized and it's breaking down our society in terms of the quality. And even, can you imagine the trauma this person grows up with? This is somebody who will beat up the wall.
I think a lot of the issues we have in terms of like violence, be it sexual violence, and all of these issues that we're having, and that's done to women, right?
Yes.
It's because we have been the monsters who perpetuates this, who are men. We have been grooming them, and growing these monsters, and now we're shocked that this is happening. But I'm like, it could only end up here. Like we were preparing for this, actually,
exactly,
because that's that socialization, that breakdown is what's happening. And I also feel like even for the girls, that extremeness doesn't even allow for individuality, right? So it's almost like if you're a girl, you have, like what you're saying, we can't smoke, or if you're a girl, you have to do this and only this, right?
Yeah.
There has to be care, across the board, and there has to be room for the individual.
Yes.
Who are you as Apondi? Who are you as Opondi? Who are you as Jane? Who are you as John? There has to be that space. And so as we wrap the episode, what is one thing you can leave the woman watching this with? What's one message you want to leave them with?
Key message for me is don't stagnate. Do not stagnate. Grow yourself constantly. Seek higher values. Educate your mind. Educate your spirit. Keep replenishing your soul and your spirit. in every way that is possible and grow yourself. Don't stagnate. People are either going backwards or going forward.
Yeah.
And you can't get to a place where you say you're wholesome, umefika.
No.
There's hakuna kufika.
Yeah.
You just constantly grow yourself and plug onto people who are going in the same direction as you. Yeah. And it's okay to let people go. It's okay. Not everybody is going to climb the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just climb the mountain with they who are climbing it.
Apondi, thank you so much for making time to come on the show. I'm so happy to finally have you here. And I think just by you being you, you're inspiring so many of us. I watch you sometimes when you're with kids, and I'm just like, oh, she's making so much sense. She's like our collective friend and mother. Right?
You.
And so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you check out the description, we'll not only share ways in which you can come into contact with the incredible work that Apondi does, but I might put in some of my favorite episodes from her and Kit, who is her daughter's show online. Make sure you like this episode, share it with all the mannerless and almost mannerless women in your life. And I have to say a big thank you for you being here with us throughout the second season, being part of the community. We love and appreciate you. And the final thank you has got to go out to Polished Homes, who have been our partners. Apondi has been admiring our sets. The first thing you asked for was like, yeah, this was my favorite. This fancy, like my favorite. Polished Homes have made all of this possible. So we're very thankful to them for believing in us. And officially a wrap for season 2.